Okay, good morning, everyone. Firstly, just to say thank you to everyone for giving up your time this morning to join our Pentagon Mail Assistant presentation. We do appreciate how busy everybody is. So my name is Victoria Adams. I am a digital integration sales manager here at Pentagon Solutions, and I will be your host today, along with Hugo Abry, who is a senior consultant for our data management solutions.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining.
Okay, so we'll take a quick look at what we're going to cover this morning. We are here to talk about PMA, Pentagon Mail Assistant, and how it might benefit your business. We have a few slides on why we developed PMA in-house here at Pentagon and how we think some of its key features might be of particular interest to you or your business. Hugo will then kindly take you through an actual physical overview of PMA and what it looks like. The overall presentation to take around about 20 to 30 minutes. We like to keep them short and just show you snippets because everyone is very busy. And we will do a short Q&A at the end, but please do feel free to post any questions throughout in the Q&A section, which should hopefully be at the bottom of your screen. So what is PMA, just in a couple lines? PMA is part of our Pentagon Assistant family, and it's actually sister product to Pentagon Docs Assistant, which is also known as PDA. So you can see the logos on the screen there. And PDA is actually a document management system, or CDE, and it's compliant with the ISO 19650 workflows. But the logo above them, PMA, is an application and it integrates right into your sidebar on Outlook, which Hugo will show you later. And it's essentially a personal email assistant. It's been designed to transform the way you're managing your emails, and it puts you in control then. It streamlines those workflows and overall enhances your email productivity. So why would someone want to manage their emails in the first place if they're using the likes of Outlook? So if we take a look at the broader scale, the industry first, we hear too often when things or projects have went wrong in the news. It's all over social media. We're hearing about it. So fingers very quickly do get pointed, unfortunately, and everyone wants to know who's responsible for the failure of the project or for the faults in the project. And all of a sudden, there's a huge demand for information relating to that project again, even if you've signed off on it. So emails are a real critical part of this information. And if something does go wrong, it's expensive to fix these issues for everybody involved, and it takes time. And sometimes, unfortunately, we see it results in legal disputes. Therefore, your digital data, it needs to be accessible and it needs to be better organized to avoid any stress internally or just chaos. And that does start with every person involved in the project. So as soon as initial engagement kicks off, you are responsible for your digital information. So even just as a company as a whole. So whether it is to reduce risk if a project unfortunately goes wrong, or maybe it's just to increase productivity and implement more efficient workflows when it comes to your emails, or maybe it is to standardize your approach when organizing your digital information in line with ISO 19650 if some of you are working towards that. So you are responsible for storing and being able to find your information and providing the correct information in the form of high fidelity data. And you might have one contract, five contracts, 10 contracts, and that's a lot of data and information. And we see all too often how much of this data or information is in the form of emails, from instructions to files, attachments shared. It's a huge, huge amount of data to manage. And I guess, how is everybody managing and organizing those emails that's coming through your digital information? People tend to think Outlook is suffice for the task, but a lot of times we see people don't even know what happens to your Outlook subscription if when it expires or your storage is full. What's happening to all your emails, all that information? And in our experience, unfortunately, they usually end up archived or they can't find them. They're looking for stuff around the project and it's panic, so you can't find them. So all of a sudden then you don't have access to that information or the things you need at all, or either quickly, and it becomes very stressful. And a lot of the time is spent looking for it to the point you end up looking like this guy on the screen. So if you aren't managing your emails or you want to better manage them, and then PMA would help you do this. So it's a product that we've developed in-house, and the dev team here, the development team, are mainly based in Belfast, and that team continues to grow in size. We're heavily invested in it. So, therefore, what does that mean with having development in house? It means any of those driver decisions, they're actually made and managed by us. And therefore, we base them on the BIM ISO narrative. And most importantly, they are user driven enhancements requests that we look at. So, ultimately, we're committed to the product and we're here to support you throughout your PMA journey, whether that's through the rollout of it, the installation, upgrading things, or actually configuring or integrating the product PMA to ensure it's efficient for your business and your existing workflows. So hopefully that gives you a quick summary of PMA. I'll pass you over to Hugo, who will actually be able to show you what PMA as a product looks like and some of the functionality of PMA that we think might be relevant to you. And hopefully you will be able to see how easy it is to have a standardized approach to organizing your emails. So everything's at your fingertips and you're eliminating some of those common challenges that we are seeing day to day.
Thank you, Victoria. You've set up the stage perfectly for us to understand the importance of managing digital information. I will now focus on one of the key risks and common inefficiencies that Victoria mentioned in further depth, and show how our tool can help you through a quick overview of PMA. Many of us rely heavily on Outlook to communicate crucial project information. However, depending solely on Outlook can present significant challenges. So here you're seeing the PMA sidebar for the first time. As you can see, it integrates nicely into Outlook, and with simple controls at the top, users can get a lot done. Conduct a search in your filed emails, manage locations, adjust settings, etc. Each tile represents one of the defined locations. Whether they are projects, departments, clients, it is up to you. You decide. PMA will learn your filing habits, and depending on the selected message, the list will be sorted based on your history and the message content. One of the most common frustrations comes when searching for legacy information. It is often a nightmare to sift through hundreds of irrelevant results, making it difficult to locate the specific emails you need, resulting in a lot of valuable time wasted. Worse yet, there are times where you weren't even involved in the original email chain, so you will search for the information, try different settings or keywords until you notice that these emails simply won't be in your inbox because they were never there to begin with. Not being able to find legacy information or simply a piece of data that has never lived in your inbox are just two examples of why PMA was developed in the first place. Now we will see how these inefficiencies are addressed physically in the tool. PMA integrates email communication alongside other essential project information, ensuring that your team has full control over emails for legal compliance, auditing purposes, or simply for finding the right information when needed. Here, I quickly file an email I want to keep, find it in my target storage location, and open it straight from my File Explorer for reuse. PMA is designed to be your sidekick in the digital world, putting you in control, avoiding data loss, and enhancing your overall email productivity. The process is quite straightforward. Our team will assist you with enabling our adding, setting up locations, user preferences, and configuring your PMA sidebar to get you started. As the tool can be tailored to your liking, you can choose to store all your sensitive messages in a local folder that only you can access. So here I'm just adding a confidential folder to my PMA location list. I can then edit a few settings that will adapt PMA to my way of working. And once everything is in place, integrating PMA into my daily routine is just a matter of seconds. I'm simply forcing the update to occur under the default 15 minutes. And then I'm just sending an email to myself as a mock-up that I deem the content to be confidential. I just need to hit send. PMA will prompt me if I want to file it and where. I choose the appropriate location and just double-click it. And that's it. With time, PMA will learn my filing habits, and even searching for the appropriate location won't be necessary. Emails are properly stored and easily accessible through your company's preferred storage system. PMA will follow the user's account access permissions so that only authorized people will be able to view the content. Additionally, network folders or cloud storage services can be used as well, such as Dropbox, OneDrive, or SharePoint, amongst others. You don't have to move away from the solutions you already use. PMA is there with you. Our flexible filing system can be customized to suit your specific needs, ensuring that all project-related emails are properly organized. At first, using PMA may seem like another task on your to-do list, but soon it becomes second nature. It embeds nicely into your workflow, and when you're on a tight deadline and need to quickly find the right information, you'll be thankful for the system. I wish I had implemented it years ago. It would have saved me more than a few headaches. As Victoria mentioned, we frequently find ourselves responsible for locating critical information. If we can't find it, it can lead to very uncomfortable conversations, missed deadlines, or even legal disputes. In today's world, with a strong emphasis on tracking and accountability, if your current information management system doesn't support this, you're at a competitive disadvantage. PMA provides a quick and structured way to find the right information using metadata. You can search by who sent the email, when it was sent, which project it relates to, some keywords, or even if it includes attachments. The system is adaptable to various workflows, offering you flexibility to meet the needs of different teams. So here, I've quickly located evidence that our task was approved, and I'm replying to the information requester with an actual link to the original message. A record of this communication can be also kept using PMA for future reference. On our website, PentagonSolutions.com, you can find additional information about PentagonMail Assistant and the other tools in our product suite. Nowadays, whether you work in the AC industry, pharmaceutics, manufacturing, or any other area, really, you must adhere to regulatory guidelines and standards. One that is widely used is the ISO 19650 for managing information in BIM. PMA allows team members to store, apply metadata, and search through emails whilst fully complying with ISO 19650 workflows. All this is achieved through direct integration with your email system and granting access to all stakeholders. In addition, by centralizing emails in a location accessible to everyone involved in the project or the specific department, you no longer have to wait for a colleague to return from leave or go through the embarrassment of asking for messages to be resent just to get a hold of an important email. Instead, you can perform a quick search through PMA and access the information instantly. This streamlines processes, saves time, and increases efficiency. Lastly, for those working in remote areas or perhaps during travels where internet access can be inconsistent, PMA has you covered. It allows you to continue working as normal by holding your filed emails in your local cache. In the filing status dialog, messages will be flagged as cached, and the system will periodically attempt to reconnect and file all cached messages. Once you have a valid connection, messages are filed to the target location, and it is an important time-saving feature for certain professionals. As I said at the start, this is just a quick introduction to get you to understand what PMA is and the benefits it can bring to your team. Hopefully, with the examples shown, you are able to see how easily PMA can help you stay in control of information while complying with international standards, choosing where to store your data, and gaining efficiencies by using PMA's powerful search engine and offline capabilities.
Thank you, Hugo. That was great. Brilliant to see some of those key functionalities that help us with lots of those common challenges that we do see. We like to keep it short just to give you a quick overview. If anybody is interested, Hugo and I's details are on the first slide and we will share out this presentation. Alternatively, you can reach us on our website or the info email, and our Belfast office phone number is on the screen there. I would like to just take a couple minutes to open up the floor to any questions. So the Q&A box is just at the bottom of your screen. If you post them in there, we will try to answer as many as possible live, and any that we don't answer will follow up after as well with yourselves. Okay, so let's see. Does Pentagon have access over the emails that the customer are filing? That's a very good question, Hugo. Maybe you could share some of that for us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so in a nutshell, we don't have access. It runs locally on your machine and your system. We will only handle the content, or we will handle the email for it to be sent from your Outlook to your target location. We never see the contents of your messages.
Thanks, Hugo. And I can see another question there from David. Does it work with the new version of Outlook? So it does, yes. The thing we would say here is to have a conversation with us in terms of if you're already using the new Outlook or you're not. And the reason being is there is just a lot of changes with the new Outlook. So we would usually just have a call with you to discuss that and what your setup is. Okay, well, listen, thank you very much, everyone, for your time. If any more questions do come to mind, feel free to reach out. The recording should be sent through from our marketing team within the coming week, and we will be in touch. Thank you very much for your time.